Thank you. Today is March the 10th, 2022, and this is Wisdom Keys with Brother Francis. I hope everyone can hear me. I'm going to find out in a second. One of the things I want to be able to do here today is to be here live, and I'm grateful that I am using some new equipment here, so I'm hoping that everything comes up nice and loud for you. If not, you're going to need to turn on your volume. And if not, I'm going to have to get a headset. I have not still figured out how to use this. I have not still figured out how to use this. Okay. Well, all right. Well, I'm back. I practiced with this brand new mic, and yet it's not on, or I'm not understanding it. I practiced with this brand new mic, yet. And so we just have to make a few adjustments, but we're going live as of right now, and it says everything is okay. So here we go. All right, so this is Wisdom Keys, and I'm on for today. I'm Brother Francis. I'm here every Thursday as much as possible. Okay, and my good friend Brandon says everything sounds good. All right, so here we go again. It's Wisdom Keys, and I'm Brother Francis. I'm here every Thursday at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for about 30 minutes. This is an opportunity to share some of the wisdoms that I have learned throughout the years. I'm a spiritual counselor, and I've been doing my work. I've been in this field as a spiritual counselor for approximately almost 50 years. So it's an opportunity to share many of the wisdoms that I've acquired, the knowledge I've acquired along the way from the various people that have taught me things. And so it's this golden opportunity to be able to share and to be able to spread this wisdom with all of you. And I will give out some announcements later on toward the end before this is over. Today's topic is, can you root for yourself? That's the first part. Can you root for yourself when every moment counts? Now, there's a reason why I say that. And I was just thinking yesterday, as well as all during last week, sometimes we get down on ourselves. Many of us have. Doesn't matter what field that you find yourself working in or what you might be guided to work into. Many people go through situations in life because life is about that. It has its ups and downs, it has its challenges. And many of us go through these things and we're always striving to do better, or we think we're doing better, or we're not doing better. Many times we feel like we're by ourselves trying to do this work or any kind of work so that other people can feel that you are assisting them in more ways than one. And so we often have this opportunity from time to time to be able to share everything that we have with other people. And often we are unable to do that because we may not have the energy to do it. It doesn't matter whether you're a fireman, a policeman, a nurse, a doctor, a lawyer, a judge, the everyday person, male person out there, people holistically are always working on themselves. But not everybody gets through successfully throughout their day. Business people, not everybody does it. A person that may work from home, a college student. The reason why I say all of this is because we all are going through the same thing. Each one of us, is going through the same thing all the time. We're going to have our moments when we're up and down, where we're not sure what's going on in the world around us. And sometimes we are lacking power, we're lacking the willpower, we're lacking the discipline in order to follow through sometimes. Many times we are lacking attitude, but the proper attitude. We're lacking gratitude, okay? We're also lacking self-respect and self-love for us just to be able to be here in the present moment. And so what I want to just briefly mention, I'm not going to make this too long, and every time I say that, I wind up being here longer than 30 minutes, so bear with me. One of these things is when we think of the word root, root is like a foundation, right? Like every tree has roots, every flower and bushes have roots. Then we can take roots in terms of people. Where are you? People always ask, where are your roots? It means where do you come from? What are you connected to? What is your family background, your family history? What is your generations upon generations, and where are you in that generational, line? So we often think like, where are your roots? Where did you grow up at? What did you learn? We get that all the time. And we start thinking along those lines all the time as well. We want to know, where are we going with things in our life? So think of root as being foundation, upbringing, teachings, either you acquired when you were younger, or maybe you got through college, university level, or you got in the hard knocks of life itself, that kind of world, that kind of university. Think of all the things you possibly have learned right now, up to now in your life. Think about all of those things that you learned, all the skills that you now have. Maybe start thinking about a few things you'd like to acquire. But the question is, can you count on yourself? Think about it. There's a lot of people with a lot of skills, a lot of talents, or gifts as we call them. And some people are doing extremely well. Yet, sometimes they can't count on themselves. Why? Because sometimes they will sabotage something that's going right for themselves. When we get down to the core issue, maybe we find out they're unhappy with who they are as a person. Maybe they're walking around with some guilt inside, something that hasn't been cleared up yet with themselves, some part of themselves that needs a healing. We often think that, can you count on yourself? Can you positively and actively assist yourself? That means, do you know what to do when you come through the valleys and walking through the brush and the thorns of life start sticking you? Do you know how to counteract that? Do you know how to turn that around for yourself? Do you reach out and get help? Do you have someone who could be like a sounding board, where you can just vent and they don't judge? They just let you release and get it out of your system. Get out the emotional down feeling, the mental down feeling. They just allow you to speak your mind. Maybe you don't have anybody to share it with. Shares your up and downs, as we say. Well, here's something else. What is it that you must do to bring forth your true character? I'll say that again. What is it that you must do in order to bring forth your true character? Like who you really are. Because we don't really know who we are until we have some things that we run into. I used to hear this long ago. A man or a woman does not know how strong they are until they meet their foe, meet the person that will challenge them, good, bad, or indifferent. So we don't know who we are throughout life until we have some challenges and some hurdles. We have some roadblocks. We have some ups and downs that are in our path. And some of those things we may have created for ourselves unwillingly, unknowingly create these issues. And then we have to find ourselves and find a way to kind of dig ourselves out of the ditch. So you might want to, okay, so we might want to just realize where we are, where we're going. Now, I'm going to list a few things that you might want to consider doing. Because the other part of this question, when I asked the first part is, can you root for yourself? The answer, or the second part, is when every moment, that means every experience, minute to minute, moment to moment, when every moment counts, when you know that it counts. So those of you that are in relationships, when you can you count on yourself to be present in your relationship from moment to moment? Can you be present in a business partnership? Can you be present on a sport team where everybody relies on everybody else to do their part? Can you be not just counted on, but can you be present in the moment? That's what this is saying. Do you know how to be present in the moment so that each moment counts for you? When each moment counts for you and you see the value of that, then you're able to root for yourself. You're able to create a firm foundation for yourself. Remember, the word is foundation, is also support, is also a system that you have in place where you have other people along the way that can assist you, help you rebuild, help you begin to think about the better parts of yourself, the good parts, and how to pick up your self esteem, how you see yourself, so you're not sabotaging yourself. Consider every moment called a now moment. Consider every moment to be called a now moment. That means being in the present, doing what you need to do so that you can have greater success in your life. That's what you want to do. You want to do this so that you have greater success in your life. Now, this is even when you're not feeling well. If you think you're failing or you're ill, got a headache, or you're just tired and exhausted of doing what you can do to build yourself up. Maybe you feel exhausted from your job, from your career. Maybe you spend too much time there. These are those moments in the immediate time for you where you could pull back the veils, pull back the illusory veils, and begin to see what it is you need to see so you know what to do. So, are you willing to let life move you, or you're going to move through life? The late Reverend Ike used to say, you got to tell your mind what to do in the morning when you get up. You got to tell your mind how to feel. What he was actually saying is, it's on you to tell yourself what you're going to do, and it's on you to follow through. It's on you to ask others for assistance. It's on you. All of it is on you. When I think of that, I think of Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith of the Agape Spiritual Center out in California, and he wrote a book called The Answer Is You. In other words, you're the one that brings everything to the forefront in your life. You're the one that goes behind the scenes and work on things in your life. You're the one that has to pick yourself up. Everybody can pick you up. Anybody can do it. But can you pick yourself up when you fall down or you slide backwards? This is something that we do all the time. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's higher than the next person on the planet. People might have these titles. They only last for as long as you're wearing them. Are you using the titles to hold your clothes up? The late Bruce Lee used to say, everybody's got a black belt. Yeah, to hold up their pants. That's all it's good for. But can you show what you learned? Can you show what you understand about what that black belt really means? So it's the same here. We want to realize who we are, what we are, why we are. We have to come to some kind of conclusion with ourselves as to what can we do to benefit from a situation that we have created for ourselves. What are we doing to make those proper changes for ourselves? And are we willing to make the change? That's all important. Are you willing to make a change in your own life? You want to see how you're going to move through your life. There's a lot of thorns out there. There's a lot of different personalities, people, experiences, situations, and events that can cause you to stop what you're doing and go back. Stop and retreat, but retreating against your will. Sometimes you don't have to retreat. You just, wherever you stopped at, you don't go backwards, you see, and try to go back up to that point where you stopped. What you want to do is retreat right on there if you have to. Stay still right there and gather your senses so you can have clear direction. And when you do that, then you could move forward. So you have to allow yourself to realize that you can simply make a way for yourself when you become your best cheerleader. So we all got to have a support system that we could sit down and talk with. You know, it's that thing where the women would say the girls go out on the night, the guys go out on the night, you know, the guys with the guys, the girls with the girls. But the situation is, even if you have that, what are you going to do after they're not around? So we have to start to consider the different things that we might look at or look into when we're asking this big question, can you root for yourself? So you need a support system. You also need to love yourself. Because if we don't love ourselves, if we have a difficulty in loving ourselves, we're going to have a difficult time accepting it from others. If you don't support yourself on some level, you can't expect others to support you. Everybody has things that are challenging them. Everybody. Everybody has family. Everybody has neighbors. But we're looking to move forward, right? And we have to do that. And so there's some things we have to do. We have to learn how to take charge or take control. We don't take charge over someone else and we don't control someone else. We just work on controlling ourselves so everything eventually becomes effortless, more efficient worker on ourselves. Sometimes we Need to take a break. Sometimes I don't. I have friends say, you need to take a break. Whatever you're working on will still be there when you get back to it. Take a break. Sometimes I don't. But if I don't do it, I go back in my mind and think about all the things that used to happen when I didn't really take it seriously. I didn't rest like I was supposed to. Then we know what? The body breaks down. And you have some situations that you're not getting through in the way that you should, with a lot of power, with a lot of self authority, or authorization, I should say. We want to be able to think of ourselves highly, but think of those who support you. Who's in your support circle? Who can carry you around just a little bit, so that you can get stronger? Who will work with you so not only do you get stronger, but eventually you feel stronger and you feel better about yourself? Well, in order to have these different levels of success in our lives, we have to be willing to respond to a challenge and be determined about it, not headstrong. Just keep looking at your goal, keep looking at what's ahead of you. Now, every now and then, you could check to see what's at a distance, your ultimate goal or goals. But there are many little goals in between that you could be setting for yourself. Often, the small goal is just enough to tip the axis in your direction so that you could move forward. So, you must be willing to find those points, find those treasurable moments about yourself, those gems, those memories. Sometimes, you know what I do sometimes while I'm taking a break, or if I'm not feeling good about what I need to be doing, or I may not be sure what to do. I got plenty of DVDs and CDs when I did some great things back in Long Island. And I often put them in my laptop, turn it on, and watch. And it's a reminder. It's a reminder of what I did back then and what truths I learned about myself back then that I'm implementing right now. So sometimes it's good to review your past, but look for the things that you did that made you improve upon yourself to who you are today, because that will help you as well. And as I said earlier, I mentioned about the word what? Gratitude. That's very important. What are you grateful for? What are you grateful? Begin to think, excuse me, to begin to think about what you're grateful for. Begin to shift your attitude, shift your awareness around. Excuse me, let me get some water. What you want to do is shift your awareness around. Look at yourself differently. Look at what needs to be changed, and then gradually make the changes. They don't happen overnight. There was a book called The Abundance Book by John Randolph Price. Little green book with gold and orange border going around it. I think the words were in gold, and it was called The Abundance Book. And he wrote it on specific biblical scriptures. But what was important, he said it was all about learning how to change your attitude, change your outlook about life. And he said, okay, we got these 10 verses here, and you're going to read these 10 verses every day for 40 days. And what will happen, you will realize that you read them, the whole section, about 4 times over 40 days, because there's 10 verses. And you're reading these things every day. But something happens to you around the 20th or the 21st day. That's 3 weeks, reading it every day thinking about it, studying it every day in your mind, contemplating it, meditating on it. And usually by that time, whatever little habit that you had or whatever little hurdle that you had going on in your life, that hurdle slides away. That hurdle is melted. It's no longer an obstacle to you. And along the way, you have picked up a new habit, a new way of thinking and doing things and speaking positively for yourself. And then the next 19 days, that new you gets locked into place and it begins to blossom. So your words and your thoughts and your feelings are seeds of transformation. Your actions transform you. And then you transcend, you overcome, you get higher up in your consciousness and you begin to move outward and never to look back. We don't need to be looking back and see what's coming up on us, right? We need to be able to move forward. And as we begin to move forward, we begin to feel better about ourselves. That's essential to our well being. Being better about ourselves, feeling better about ourselves, and finding other ways to support yourself, add things on to yourself that will enhance you and make you stronger, that will make you better. We have to look for those ways so that we can do that. So, your sense of gratitude and attitude will help you understand that you must be what? Persistent. So you can do what is right for you. See, no one, I can't do what is right for you. You can't do what is right for me. We can share these thoughts, these ideas, we can discuss them, but in the end, you have to find the gems within yourself where you can blossom and grow. We get closer to where we need to go. And when we start doing that, we can even support ourselves. You know, when people have changes that happen in their lives, you know, you get fired from a job or laid off from a job, or a relationship falls apart, or you not only just falling apart, the two people get divorced from each other. But what happens during that time while you're working on trying to, heal your mind, balance your thoughts, balance your bank account, do all the things you need to do, at some point, you have to come into alignment using self love, compassion, and understanding for yourself. You got to use self love, compassion, and understanding for yourself. And as you begin to do that, you will begin to serve yourself. You will be able to realize, hey, I'm okay. I don't have a relationship. I don't have the job. I don't have the money like I really wanted to have, but I got inner resources. I love myself now more so than I did before. Therefore, I'm going to make better decisions, clear cut decisions for myself. I'm not going to beat up on myself. I'm just going to say, okay, I fell off the wagon. I'm going to get back on. You know, many times I go through it with the eating plans and things or exercise. Some days I'm doing so much work that I walk from here to the mailbox downstairs. I'll walk around the property once. Why? But I got a lot of things going on. So I've learned over the years not to beat up on myself, not to worry about, okay, you missed a couple of days working out. Oh, you missed, you didn't eat your dietary plans. Oh, you're picking up a few pounds. You know what? The important thing is I'm still in my mind focused on everything that I got to do. And one day at a time, I'm getting through the situation. And one day at a time, I got a new idea. And I know with everything that I'm doing, I'm going to gradually correct this program. And I'm going to be right where I want to be again. But each time, I'm there longer. See, 3 years ago, I would go like, never going to conquer this weight issue. I didn't gain more weight. I don't even do that anymore. So I'm not the only one on the planet who's done it. I'm not the only one on the planet who's faltered. I'm not the only one on the planet who's fell off the eating regimen and the exercise regimen. All I got to do is love myself and support myself by reading up on things, studying things I need to do. And in the process of doing all of that, a light switch comes on. I think it's now time for me to switch my program a bit. I'm sleeping better. I'm laughing a lot more like I used to. And I'm seeing a way to conquer the so called problem. Because it's really not a problem, you see. It's really not a problem at all. All it is just a shift. So when this topic is, can you root for yourself when every moment counts? Your answer will be yes. Why? Because you see all the things you need to see around yourself in order to make all of the changes that you want to make. You're able to shift. And in doing so, you improve your life and improve yourself. Why? Because you're loving yourself as you always have been, looking out after yourself, getting together with positive thinking and positive doing people, doing your research that you need to do, acting on the research, taking care of yourself, not being hard on yourself, but allowing yourself the opportunity to get better. As they say, become a better version of yourself today than you were yesterday. So that's my talk for today. Can you count on yourself, or better yet, can you root for yourself? Can you cheer yourself on? Can you establish a new root, a new foundation for yourself, and then grow from there? Yes, you can. Well, before I sign off, I want to make some announcements. This is an important weekend coming up. First of all, tomorrow, Friday, March the 11th, at 12 p.m., is Swanda with Michelle Vidal. She's the owner of Resident Essentials for her buffet of metaphysical teachings from 12 p.m. to 12:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. On Saturday, there's the Albuquerque Tarot Circle online, and I forgot that lady's name. I think it was Susan Jojoba. I think that's her name. But check with Michelle and or check back here, or in fact go to the Resident Essentials the group page and you'll see a listing there, and one of the listings is Albuquerque Tarot Circle. It's online from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. So if you click on there, you'll see who the teacher is. You get in touch with Susan Jojoba, I think that's her name, or Jojola, and you can take care of that, and do what you need to do to get into that class with that woman. I understand the very, very good classes and teachings, and I met her a long time ago, and she's a great person. So, also, Saturday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. at Resident Essentials Live will be myself with Creative Pathwork Meditation Series. I'm there to help you learn how to get yourself strapped up and get stronger and begin to make an inroads. And I use guided meditations in a way so it helps mold you, mold your mind, and mold your desire, and help you go deep inside yourself. And I make it very simplistic so that I pick an idea or an object, or I have you pick one in your mind and you see it within yourself, feel it within yourself, and use that as a stepping stone to move closer to the silent part of yourself. And eventually you find yourself doing silent meditation. And then you find yourself connecting with the higher self. That's on Saturday, every Saturday for an hour. It only costs $10 for the class from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. with myself, Brother Francis, Creative Pathwork Meditation Series. Now, on every second Saturday and every fourth Saturday from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., You can come in and pay $15 for the class. Sit there with Donna of Dominion Tarot, who you've seen here usually walk in Wednesdays through Resident Essentials, the group. Okay, and she does tarot readings, right? So, in that, she will share with you some of the insights to get you to bring out your own psychic abilities. And it's from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. The cost is $15. Come on into Resident Essentials, located at 3107 Eubank Boulevard, Northeast, just north of Candelaria Boulevard, intersection of Eubank and Candelaria, and come inside of the Scottsdale Shopping Plaza, and is on the northwest corner section up in there, and you'll locate us. Just enter through door number 33, and you can come on inside and participate. Okay. Also, coming up on Sunday, we have our all important psychic and healing fair. And you can come in there and get a healing or a reading from someone doing tarot reading, someone that can contact somebody on the other side that's mediumship readings. You can get spiritual counseling a little bit in there. You can also get tarot readings. And usually, sometimes we have somebody there doing astrology. So, guess what? $20 for 20 minutes or $1 a minute. Okay, we're there to help you. And I'm in there as well. And I do what I call Angel of Grace readings. That's the same price, $20, 20 minutes, $1 a minute. But I do something else called Celestial I Am Drawings. Using colored pencils, tune into your auric field, bring out the symbols and things that I see and hear with you at this time in your life, just using the vibration coming through your aura, especially from your eyes. That's a special price, though. That is $30 for 30 minutes because I give you a reading at the same time. So that'll be this Sunday, every second Sunday of the month, once a month, every second Sunday. Resident Essentials is open with our owner there, Michelle Vidal. Will be in there. She's doing readings. I'm doing readings. We have Tracy Whitted in from Santa Fe. She'll be in there doing transmosis, healings. We will also, maybe Michelle might be doing the healing sessions with people. We also have Susan Zumo. She'll be in there, and Susan Zumo is giving her work on soma pi healing, and she does what she calls PAT, perception awareness technique readings. She will be there. Also, we'll have Nicole Bruton Phillips, and she should be there as well. And she's going to do some things with tarot cards and also giving you some insight on a completely different level. We usually have an astrologer in there. Don of Dominion Tarot will be there. And so you just need to come on down and meet us. That's this Sunday from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Now, this is the thing you got to realize: 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Don't get a reading at 5. Get in there and get your reading at 4:30 because we start closing up at 5 o'clock. But we're there from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. this Sunday for the Psychic and Healing Fair. And throughout the week, we have other people in there. Throughout the week, on Tuesdays, we have Amber Jajola. She's in there doing Reiki treatments. She's a great person. She knows what she's doing when it comes to Reiki. She's there on Tuesdays. We have Michelle. She's there on Tuesdays, I believe, too. She might be in there just every day from Tuesday through Saturday. I know she is. So she'll have appointments and can help you out. We also have who else? Oh, I think Tracy's going to start working out of there during that week too. Maybe on a Monday or a Tuesday as well. Just come in, meet us. Rosemary Navarro is in there too on Wednesdays or Thursdays. So hey, look, we got all these people here. You can meet us all this Sunday at the Psychic Fair, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m., and you can find out everybody's work schedule when they are there. I want to thank you so much for your time. This is Wisdom Keys with myself, Brother Francis. See you next Thursday at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, right here for the Resident Essentials, the group. And if you're going to listen to Swanda's Buffet of Metaphysical Teachings tomorrow, she's on at 12 p.m., but you're going to go to the Resonant Essentials YouTube channel to listen to her live. All right, I'm out of here. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time. Have a great rest of your day, great Friday, great weekend. And guess what? My birthday's on Wednesday. I'll be 70, okay? So come on by the Psychic Fair and wish me a happy birthday. Other than that, I'll see you next Thursday. Take care of yourself. My grace is your grace. Until next time, remember that divine grace is a blessing as we're alive and well in the age of remembrance. Thank you so much.